If you've seen the second channel, and by the way, if you're not subscribed, go there now. Can you put a pop-up, yeah? I've been teasing going to China for a while. I am presenting this watch to the world. Right, are you coming or what? Look at the stand, right? It's about presentation in this case. I absolutely love the fact that ULYSEE Nardin is now finally using the freak as a focal point. In the past it's been different. We'll leave that in the past, but the most important thing is that this is the focal point. The actual movement needs to be the focal point, and with the new direction that ULYSEE Nardin is going into, that is the focal point. So this is where the freak started in 2001. This is created by an inventor called Dr. Ludwig Oesling, a guy that actually broke the world record in 1989 for making the most complicated watch ever. Like, he created that, but the focal point wasn't the movement. The focal point was the design. And design is always something which you can argue about, right? This has got to do with taste and nothing else. But if you look at the newer designs, you can actually see it's all about the movement. It's all about the actual mechanics of a watch. That's what I absolutely love. Look at that. You see, this is a glass display. Like, I would compare this, right? When I was a kid, I had this glass box where I displayed cars or like miniature cars and stuff. A trophy case. You can really see and compare this with a trophy case, and the trophy is the movement. It's now all about the movement and not about the design. That is what I call a good move forward. As well, very important, wearability. The first freaks weren't wearable. They weren't comfortable. They were way too big. This is wearable. How are you guys?
很多人看过这个人，我也看过他。很多人应该见过，这是 YouTube 上现在说，据说是。
I'm gonna learn Chinese.
You can try 网红。
网红。
我是网红。
网红。你好 ，That's about it. This is the new freak.
Yeah， 就是这次今天早上。
哦，谢谢。Thank you. That was my. Did you hear that? 谢谢。
What is 谢谢？
谢谢就是说。
I don't know.
Thank you. No.
Oh really?
No. No.
你的中文不太好。
It's mad crazy, right? We're actually at the other side of the world, you know. Can I just say how far we're away from our world? I'm blown. It's fantastic. I just hope, I don't know how a live stream like that works. I hope it came across well. It was good fun, like, just winding your man up. I really wanted to go into more technical conversations, right? That's a bit difficult with a live stream. Where with an interview, what we have a few times today, I want to go into technical details and I want to make some comparisons with past, present, future. Why are we talking about Gerald Genta? Why are we not talking about Dr. Ludwig Oesling? That guy is a proper legend. Not saying, by the way, that Gerald Genta wasn't a legend. He changed the watch world, but Dr. Ludwig changed it as well. A rumor is that I'm going to have some time with Dr. Ludwig, which would be one of my greatest honors. Something I would really look forward to. He's an inventor. He's not just a watchmaker. He's a guy that was responsible for, let's call a spade, the most complicated watch ever created in 1989. He has a complete different look at watchmaking than any other watchmaker ever. And that's rare. That's extremely rare. And the fact he's still among us, like, I mean, he's creating stuff that will be worn and seen for generations to come, and that should be celebrated. The freak is one of them that needs to be celebrated. That's the main reason for me to do what I do. It is about our next generation and how are we bringing our industry, my hobby, to the next level and make sure that this is going to be enjoyed for generations to come. I mean, we don't need watches, we don't need mechanical watches, but it's about passion, it's about loving our past, and it should always be about honoring the past, but bring it to the future. Very well. Good to see you, mate. I know you. Now we do, yeah? I'll catch up later. I was talking about Grant earlier as well, so good crack. Alright, see you, bub. And keep in mind, I'm here to support you don't know that. So no, let me be very clear here, right? You see this? Horrendous design. Right? Diablo. Yeah. You see, it's unwearable. It's not great, right? What is the centerpiece of this watch?
It's gotta be the carousel.
Yeah. Exactly. But why the fuck is it not here? If you look at this is like a trophy case, right? Glass. This is the trophy case. This is wearable. But this actually showcases the trophy. You see, this is just about the whole watch. Where this is about the actual trophy. Wouldn't have a clue. That's mad, mate. That's mad. How are you? Yeah? you busy? Jean-Marc, Bossman, Panerai?
No. I'm Max.
Oh, Max, sorry.
Roger Dubois.
Sorry.
Jean-Marc, actually, you know what? You're right. We're same height.
You're mad. Oh. No, I'm here. I presented the new freak.
Nice to meet you.
Interview. Another one. DJ Khalid. How are you?
Hello, Nico.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You can call me George.
George, lovely to meet you. Where do you want me to sit?
You sit this side.
Fantastic.
This side, yes.
How are you guys?
而且有些人呢，应该是我们的节目粉丝，也喜爱的朋友。比如说啊，那个经常在。
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I have them to say, 谢谢. Thank you for the support. And I genuinely am gonna be back in China with a bang.
We hope to see you next time, sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was a really nice guy, you know, and his English was very good, and that allowed us to properly talk about journeys, about life, about watches, about cars. That was really cool. I hope it comes across well in China as well, you know, because genuinely I really want to put a lot of investment in to make sure that we can push me in China. Like, how many people live in China?
How many people live in Shanghai?
24 million, mate. That is bizarre. I'm really, really proud of this, you know. It's also a big step in my career that I'm being allowed to present a watch as a world premiere to the people. They listen, they take my feedback on board. And it doesn't mean I'm always right, but it's cool to just, last night we were just brainstorming. We were sitting down, brainstorming about what the best approach would be for the brand. Like, that's cool. How are you?
We take picture?
We take picture,
Yeah.
100%. Look at that, beautiful Roger Dupuis. This is beautiful. Look
Yes.
at that. That is the daddy.
Yes.
Okay. Legend. Thank you so much.
See you in maybe in Geneva.
Geneva, always. 100%.
How are you?
How are you, sir? You well?
I'm from Speed Marine. I saw you in Geneva.
In Geneva, that was crazy.
So it's our first year in China.
Yeah?
Big fan.
Listen, we have the
They
same
got-
posture. We have the
they-
same
they-
posture.
they-
We're actually all the same posture. Watch his food and let me not say the other word.
We got a lot of fans in China already.
The guy's crazy. I must say I'm a digital vintage nomad, but that's good because in the team you need somebody who's a little bit more conservative, who actually has a look at the real things in life. For me, the real things in life are so important that the digital part of it is so unimportant to me. Not for the business, because I know how important it is. That's why
That is
I
your
think those
business
guys-
card for the
that's why-
future.
That's why these guys need to be so good.
How long will you stay here?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
No, not sure. I need to check. My assistant is coming tomorrow.
It's great to see you in person. So
Appreciate
I'm your
that.
fan.
Appreciate that.
So
Thank you so much.
finally, you know.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you
we
so It nearly leaves me hanging here as well, you know. Anyway, Speak Marine, have a look. They're not for sale, fuck off. Ladies and gentlemen, we're struggling for content, so this is now Freak Ice Cream. I'm looking forward to it though. How are you? You well?
Jackson, I'm a big fan
Jackson.
of yours.
Lovely to meet you, mate. Lovely to meet you. Where are you from?
Taiwan.
Taiwan?
Yeah.
All right.
I live in
Is that-
Shanghai.
Stupid question, is that far away?
It's like an hour and a half.
Oh, it's not too bad then.
Mind if we take a picture?
100%, 100%.
Awesome.
Hello, how are you? Hey, look at that. I need to stop saying look at that. No, I'm not saying this anymore. I promise.
大访问，我们下面一些关于他的私人问题啊。Yeah, welcome.
Thank you so much. So proud. I am so honored. Julius Narden is focusing on the trophy. And the trophy is... So this is how the Freak started in 2001, made by Dr. Ludwig ULYSEE. Now the thing is, right, everyone always talks about Gerald Genta, and rightfully so. He changed the watch industry. He was a designer. But no one really talks about the achievements of Dr. Ludwig ULYSEE. That guy actually complete and utterly changed the watch world, and I would consider him to be one of the 3 best watchmakers of this century. I'm very fortunate he's still with us. In 1989, with bringing out the Galileo Galilei, that was such a big achievement. That watch was so complicated. The Guinness Book of Records put that watch in their book being the most complicated watch ever created. That is Dr. Ludwig. And people don't know that. But people should be talking about that, because I would argue to say that he's done more complicated things than Gerald Genta. And I just want to tell that story, but I've been known to be very critical about this, but it's fine. That's the past, right? ULYSEE Nardin is now, they're independent and they have a great team of people. If I stand here and look at this from my perspective, all I'm seeing is a bezel. I don't really see the carousel. And for me, this watch and the Freak is all about the carousel. I am so glad that I've changed that and made this into a focal point. The carousel with the Freak X is the most important thing. And the glass and the bezel is merely there to display the carousel. So it's completely different because there's glass here. It is literally like a showcase of trophies, and the carousel is the trophy. I just rattling on there. But do you realize that that watch, the Freak, this watch, doesn't have hands? It actually tells the time via the movement. That's how special this is. All right, let me sit down and show you what I really mean. The Freak is called the Freak because it is quite freaky. It's a watch without hands. Keep in mind, you need hands to tell the time because hands need to point out to an hour and to a minute. This tells the time via the movement. This is the actual movement. That is how crazy this watch actually is. It doesn't have hands. That's the dial, that's the movement, and that is innovative. You know what? 22 years ago, Dr. Ludwig was the first one ever to use silicone as well in this movement. The first one ever to do it. Patek followed, many others followed. But ULYSEE NARDIN was the first, Dr. Ludwig was the first, and again, no one is talking about that. That's a story that should be told. But luckily I have a YouTube channel, and luckily I have all of you guys which I can tell this to. And you know what? The Freak was always too big and too thick and unwearable. This is a 43mm watch, and it wears like a 40. I don't know how they measured it or how they do it, but it is so incredibly comfortable and it's so incredibly wearable, and that's what I call progress. I've been very critical at ULYSEE NARDIN in the past. I'm also quite an emotional person, so I was quite pissed off as well, to be fair. The fact that after the video where I absolutely went through ULYSEE NARDIN, they reached out and we got to this point is actually really unique, and I'm actually really grateful that they give me the opportunity to make my small impact. I genuinely hope from the bottom of my heart that I can help ULYSEE NARDIN, that they allow me to help and tell the story the right way, because Dr. Ludwig deserves that, the industry deserves that, and everyone that loves watches deserves that.